You, like many foreign nationals working in Hong Kong, may quickly adopt the place as your long-term home and naturally enough will be keen to maintain your residence status here to allow you subsequently to go on to secure the right of abode. So the question is begged as to what you can do if your Hong Kong employer wants to transfer you outside of Hong Kong to work for them in another country, taking your family with you for the length of that overseas assignment. How will this impact on your eligibility for permanent residency in Hong Kong in due course? The test for the right of abode is that you need to have been continuously and ordinarily resident in Hong Kong for at least 7 years, and you need to show that you've taken concrete steps to making Hong Kong your only place of permanent residence. In short, you need to satisfy the immigration department that you settled in Hong Kong. So the solution to your problem, where you're being transferred overseas by your employer, is to anticipate that any absences from Hong Kong during the requisite 7 years are of a merely temporary nature, as evidenced by what you leave behind to return back to once your assignment outside of Hong Kong is complete. In this regard, then, you can consider the following factors as relevant in being able to show your continuity of residence in Hong Kong all throughout the time abroad, effectively demonstrating to the immigration department at the time you make your application for a permanent identity card that the time spent overseas on your assignment was actually just temporary, even if protracted. Firstly, continuation of your employment contract in Hong Kong amended to state that your place of work has merely been adjusted to another location. Secondly, maintenance of you and your family's Hong Kong visa permissions all throughout the time you're away. Thirdly, a fixed term overseas employment with a mandated return to Hong Kong at the end of that period and actually returning to Hong Kong at that time. Fourthly, maintaining all the vestiges of your life in Hong Kong while you are overseas, bank accounts, club memberships, perhaps temporary storage arrangements in respect of your personal and household effects, and that kind of thing. Fifthly, a well-documented portfolio of information and paperwork that works to prove that your deployment overseas is in fact merely temporary and is a natural consequence of the role or work that you've been performing for your Hong Kong employer. If any of this proves to be impossible, you may need to look at the possibility of your spouse and family remaining behind in Hong Kong under an immigration status of their own, with you securing a dependent visa under the sponsorship of your spouse, and not in fact taking your family with you, but commuting back to them as often as you can during your time spent deployed overseas. This is not an ideal arrangement, but one which is available to help you achieve your long-term residence objectives for the Hong Kong HSAR.